Hey guys, it's Shady. Today I wanted to upload another video about my mind control. And just to show you guys where I've taken the build in the last couple of days. The DPS that we peaked at on the previous video was 10 bill, I believe. So I had a couple of days to myself through farming and whatnot to make some upgrades. So I think we will peak around just under 300 bill here. Um, yeah, so we have about 300 bill single target and whatnot. And this is with the farming setup. Now, if we were to switch it, we'd probably push over, probably closer to 350 and whatnot. But let's talk about the build. So, in the previous video, we had the Phantom Amulet. We're still using it, but I believe I had the Elemental Resistance aura, which obviously, helps us cap our resistances and whatnot. But to maximize our DPS and solve our resistances through, T1ing our other gear, because in the previous build, I was still rocking T3s and T2s. And a matter of fact, I was actually still rocking those for quite some time. But now that we've upgraded to another big damage aura, our damage definitely spiked. We did manage to buy a unidentified wind breath, and we did hit the +4. Pretty bad on the movement speed, but we'll take what we can get. I did have a oversight +6. I did move on from those and moved on to T1 scepters, actually, both T1 scepters with the dream affix of any of the blessings. Again, if you guys haven't already seen my Google Doc, I have the Google Doc down below in the description, and I post like my progress and my milestones for those codes. So if you guys haven't already, please check that out. I did manage to hit 100 bill with T1, sorry, with item level 86. Basically not priceless, right? I did manage to hit 100 bill with that. Now, obviously, working our way up the ladder, we want priceless. I still have yet to hit that. I think our other weapon is full T1. This one is still missing the plus skill level, which is 10% additional right off the bat for mind control. That doesn't include the supports and whatnot. So if I ever manage to hit that T1, I should be looking at least probably 10 to 12% additional damage. But that's another thing. I like I said, I did get every other piece of gear to T1 except this mod. We're still rocking the same chest. The boots I went for, obviously I wanted more movement speed, so I went for more movement speed here. In terms of hero traits, I farmed up my own like memory here. It came with reaping cooldown and just attack block, but we don't really care because we're not stacking that just yet. I did manage to hit erosion and reap CD on that. I actually need to upgrade this to an orange, and then I recently just upgraded this yesterday, I think. I also found this myself, and I decided to put some currency into it. Other than that, I'm still rocking the farming setup. Almost, I almost never change. Really, our slates, we are still on the off the beaten track. I managed to craft this last night because I've been farming cube for the last couple days, and I did find a pretty neat slate. I decided to craft it, and I yellowed the slam, and I did hit energy shield charge cannot be interrupted, which is really nice pairing with the Twilight Vestment if you don't have the corruption. So this is something I plan to keep. It does give the +1 all skills, which is really nice. The other two slates are still pretty much just for blessings, and they are pretty bad. Realistically, this is something that's going to cost you less than 5 FE. It is pretty horrible. I do plan on working on the slates eventually whenever I can get more money. Um, but as far as talents as well, I did manage to drop some damage nodes. Um, in order to get some more energy shield, as you can see here. I believe I dropped the int from I dropped the int from Goddess of Deception and decided to work on more energy shield. Biggest reason is I can farm profound, but the monsters do hurt, and they end up doing like at least like 9k most of the time, and I don't have 9k ES. Another thing that's breaking my ES is this mod right here. I am losing 323 flat energy shield, and at the time I couldn't afford to try to roll for the blessings again, so I kind of just had to stick with it. I am losing close to 1,000 flat ES because of this mod here. So do expect that after I get rid of this and get the blessing back, I should have about 8k ES, and that's definitely gonna feel a lot better for our survivability. Um, but yeah, outside of that, I have been just farming, answering questions on stream. So if you guys ever feel like you guys need help or you guys are lost, I always do have my Google Doc down below. I also link my Twitch, so if you guys have questions and I am live, I am always happy to help whenever I can. I also do reviews on your builds if you needed help, or if you're feeling lost. Now, ultimately, my next goal for the build is first, I'm gonna try to hit the T1 on the spell skill level. Then I'm definitely gonna be trying to hit some T0s, at least the basic ones, right? At least getting the Reap out of the way or the Affliction out of the way. Same thing on the second scepter, as I believe that's gonna be pretty massive for the build. I am a Eternity enjoyer, so definitely whenever I get the DPS to farm Profound like very comfortably, I will start working on my Eternity, and I would be happy to have you guys be there for that journey. Right now, the strategy that I am doing right now is Compass farming and 8 zeros. I was doing Cube and Profound, and then I decided to, change up the pace, and I really do enjoy cube farming. I did it a little bit last season, and I knew for a fact that this season I was going to do it again. But as you can see, the build's pretty fast. I don't even have God of War. If I had God of War, I would probably twice as fast. But yeah, other than that, I really hope you guys enjoyed the update. And again, I am always happy to answer questions on my live stream. I also have a Discord where you guys can also ask your questions there. And the Google Doc especially has been a lot of help to a lot of people. So other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.